Hello, my name is Jim Horne. I am the founder of Sangaku Bujutsu. Sangaku, the three learnings: shoot, read, and hop. If you don't know what that means, look it up. This is a system of close combat. I've been doing karate now for 57 years. I started when I was in Okinawa in 1959. I've studied many martial sciences, and I've come to create this one out of all the knowledge that I've gathered over those times. Just come and study with Sangaku, and we'll give you reality. If you wish to study the systems of the old masters of 3 generations ago, then that is Kyosho. The modern system is a little deviation from that. Everybody can't practice Kyosho. They don't have the partner, nor they have the time to learn the tasks. This is more connected with trigger points of the muscles, some Kyosho, where the nerves are close to the bone, they're easily moved. Trigger points.
I am a black belt. I say you survived with what you got. Okay, so Master Horne told me at my black belt test, you showed me what you know, you show me what you don't know. So when you don't know something, in our book, it says it. I'm obligated, if I'm not happy with something, that I am personally responsible to make sure you get the information to satisfy whatever it is I was thinking. That make sense to you? So you're not doing nothing wrong. I just want to see if I can make it work better for you. Okay. You heard me talk about wrist, elbow, shoulder, ankle, knee, and hip. You see that little shift? Did you catch that? We'll do it again. So instead of trying to do this right away, I took him off balance. That help you? Huh? Quick, right? Okay, so once I get his balance, that's as soft as I can do that. And Sensei, with a little imagination, I know you can add a little stuff to that. Okay? So all your strikes, as Sensei's telling you, exactly correct. You want this? See what I'm holding right here? You know what I'm holding right there? Okay. Pretty important. You got that? Little pop. Little twist. I want to set this foot, right? See, a little tight in there, isn't he? I need to open him up. Okay. So that's that spot in your governing vessel where it tells you it's a spacer where the conception begins to come out of the body. That's what that's your spot. You're not looking for external parts, you're looking for that internal spot where energy exits the body. That's a shock wave. The guys are going to call that. I did that weight shift. I came back and, I could have elbowed him all the way across here and tried to get into this heart line if it was available, but everything looks good on paper, right? Step off, doing this whole deal, and in the video I walked the perceivers out of him, and I get to grab his head and his neck, and I threw him on the ground. Everybody thought that was great fun. It was real easy, right? I try to make it look easy. Everything is just a mechanical exchange. Or not. I can take that little air pocket, little twist, little touch. Alright, I'm going to destroy that section of his leg. Alright? I'm going to get the distance. I want to twist it. So you learn that, and you see me doing it now. You say, that guy is mean, Bill. Yeah, well, not really. But still, not really. But then that technique, there's no point in you taking a beating. That kick comes, he still can hit me. I want to hurt him a little bit. You know, here I go. Where'd I get him, Bill? What's that point called, Bill? Ow! Stomach point. Okay. One more thing. Jodan Burai, right? Same kick. Jodan Burai, except we're going to go to one knee. Be creative. I love doing this stuff.
Hello there. Tonight we want to do Jodan number 2 for the head punch. This will be a circular block for a straight punch. And we'll give an idea how it's done. Alright, when you get in here, the idea, slowly please, is here, behind the elbow. Very important you get behind the elbow. As you step forward, you hold it in here. Now you can clip right behind the jawbone right here. Use the elbow. If I'm not behind the elbow, if I'm here, he can use this. Because the fact that he feels my movement is here, he can go right into that. I've gained nothing. So it must be here. Step. Alright, the arm's really close. Go ahead and push. And then I can withstand it here. As long as I'm behind the elbow. Now from there, of course, I can go into this nerve, down, strike, so on. Kick, down more. I can work him over from there. But the basic idea is 1, 2, strike. Okay? Thank you.
Welcome to SangakuTV. My name is Doug Fang. I'm your host of this show. Obviously, since we've been broadcasting, we have questions. They all relate to, well, how do you do this and how do you do that? And I thought, you know, maybe it's only fair to our viewers to pay attention for a second to understand that everything I want to talk about in regards to our new people that stay with us for a long time is about your overall general health. And in the beginning of our series, I talked about the bow, and then today we'll talk about the bow, and we'll start with that, and we're going to kind of play with that for just a few minutes, and we'll start there, and then we'll move into some health packages that you need to think about. So when we talk about the bow, that's an ancient idea. It comes from Europe, comes from Asia, and I study in Asian martial science. So somebody said, well, we shake hands over here. And I said, I understand that. That works okay, but one of the things we don't do today that we used to do centuries ago is carry swords. And it was almost kind of a no-brainer not to offer your sword hand. So the bow was instituted. Okay, so that's a simple martial art explanation is why do we bow? Well, we're still living in this country and everybody says, why are we bowing? I said, well, okay. Let's go to a sports arena with some real athletes over there and disrespect people. Well, there's a way to talk to people, right? And in the Asian world, they would simply bow according to their thing. Well, if you had the emperor and you were just kind of a dishwasher, you might kind of get down a little low. But if you was the heavyweight champion of your country, you might kind of go a little shorter. So it's kind of like who you are in the world as to how that bow affects you. And I'm sorry if humility is tough, but in a martial arts setting, we bow to the room for all the old people who created that for us, and it's like a tradition that we've all just kind of honored. It's a time-honored tradition to bow to a room. When I go to some of the believers and the faithful people, they have gestures. Some of them make a sign, some of them bow, some of them genuflect, and it's a sign of respect. Well, when I'm standing in front of my Soke, or an equivalent, I'm only a Kyoshi, and I bow as a warrior. Okay? And if I have white belts, well, you know what? I might not bow quite so deep to them. And I'd expect them to bow a little deeper. Well, it's just, what do they call that? pecking rule in the chicken yard, and then it keeps order. So if that's confusing to you, we can talk about it some more, about the health benefit of bowing. Okay, the diaphragm is considered the second brain. It's right here in your body. So when you hold your body, you roll your thighs to the outside so that you maintain some sort of core engagement. Your shoulders are back. You inhale through the nose, and as you bow, this controls how far over you go. And the sound that you make, whether it's guttural or if it's from the throat area. And so everybody that studies martial science understands that sound makes a difference. Organs like some sounds they don't like. But just for bowing purposes, roll the thighs back, hands by your, disguise your thumbs, nobody likes to see your thumbs, and just gently bow. Now my eyes are fixed on 6 feet away and generally at the feet. I barely will ever make eye contact with a bow unless I think my life's in jeopardy, in which case we're talking about something medieval and nothing modern. So that's just a little touch on the bow. So remember, we're going to do core engagement through this entire program. You can never be jello. You're going to have to learn to be firmer. You're going to have to be fluid, but you have to learn how to get firm too. So here we go. We're going to take a breath through the nose. We're going to flex this diaphragm, and we're going to... Now I like the sound of H-A because it's kind of like the first sound babies make. And that's according to my Chinese medicine, and I kind of like to go that route. So, in through the nose, flex the abdomen, make a sound. I kind of like that. So I'm going to touch on it a little more. Hopefully maybe somebody will send me some questions. We had some questions last week on things of nature of health, and I pointed to the bottom of EMC's foot, and I said, anybody know what that point is? And of course, I didn't get too many answers on that. I got a couple guys, they were pretty good about it. But when you're learning meditation, you got to have this stance. And when you study Chinese medicine, they talk about drawing energy from the earth up through those points in the feet to the point where maybe you feel like you're maybe halfway into the earth, like you've grown roots down in there. And then you begin to breathe, and we're going to do left to right, up and back, and we're going to tighten this area up. So a well point in Qigong is also a kidney point for people who are studying martial application. And it's also, later in there, we'll talk about, how would you use that point. But the one thing about what I teach, is folks misunderstand sometimes. They say, well, some of those things you're doing are going to hurt somebody. And I'll say, no. Those are the things somebody's going to try to do to you, and you have to learn how to what to protect on your own self. And the bottom of your foot would be a pretty good one to protect. So, and we can talk about that later. Now, EMC and I work on a couple of ideas here. I'm going to bring EMC out this morning. Okay. So, in martial arts and in this Qigong stuff that I really like for you to practice, there's things called walking Qigong, sitting Qigong, laying Qigong, and we're going to start with that. All right, so EMC is just going to stand here for me for a second, right? And remember to go back to that bow posture for me, please. Okay. Now, he's going to do the same thing walking as he does standing still. He's going to breathe through the nose, right? And as he exhales, ha, he's going to walk. Guess what? If he's sitting, then he's going to do the same thing. If he lays down, it's going to be the same thing. So that's one of the things we practice. Okay, now we do sword work. So right from the very early beginnings, we're going to go down to one knee. Now he's going to bring the other leg back. Now I'm going to get him just to turn here a little bit for you. And you can see that when he's in this posture, his toes are going to be curled up underneath him. Curl your toes up for me, boss. There you go. That hurts. So it's going to take a while for you guys to get used to that. He's going to put his pressure back a little bit, inhale and exhale. Remember we were talking about that? Then he's going to release this tension on his feet and put his feet flat back and sit back and try to find that as a comfortable posture. Come on back up for me. That's it for right now. Thanks. All right. So, standing, kneeling, walking, inhaling, firming this, just like in the bow. So let's try to get this thing blowing out. We want to bring this stuff up in here, roll the thighs back, and tighten up the body. Okay, so those are some of the meditation things. Pretty easy. In through the nose, out through the mouth, firm the belly, walking, standing, or sitting. I get everybody that's ever come to my classroom. Even now we're electronic, I get answers. Well, I'd love to do martial art. My back hurts. My neck hurts. All that stuff. I said, well, wonder what we're going to do to help you. Would you be willing to try a few exercises? So in which case, I'm going to have Morgan come out here this morning, and she's going to demonstrate the exercise for you, and I'm going to talk about it. So my assistant of over 30 years, my beautiful daughter, Morgan, is going to come out here and help us this morning. I got to use on mustache. Come on out here. So let's face there. All right, so I want you to stand with the shoulders width. Okay, so everybody can stand shoulders width. Then take your palms of your hands, both palms, and bring them up just like this. So you got like a little 90-degree here. Okay, well, if we were in the gym and she had a barbell, you'd say, oh, she's lifting weights. I said, no, not yet. Now we're going to bend the knees. Bend them down, right there. Down, just like that. Now, if you can do that, and you don't have any problem, now she's going to inhale through her nose. She's going to pretend she's raising the sky. She's going to push like that's 1,000,000 pounds, 1,000,000 pounds, 10 million pounds. Okay, now she's going to get up there. Now watch this. This is pretty important. She's going to drop her shoulders. She's going to pull up her head. And now watch with her eyes. She's going to look all the way to the right, as far as she can without moving her head, all the way to the left. Put her hands down. Stand up straight. And exhale and bow. Let's do it again. Hands up. Raise the sky. Let the shoulders down. Raise the head up. Look right. Look left. Exhale. Put the hands down and stand up straight. You guys ought to try that one at home. Now that's for this lower back. Turn for me, please. So that's for most people who got this problem right back in here. They seem to have, in the Chinese medicine, they always talk about, well, if you're having a pain or something, you got trapped energy, you got trapped chi. We're going to try to open this up. So, thanks, Morgan. Okay. She's great, isn't she? I love her. And this family wouldn't go on without her, so thank you.
Thank you, Kyoshi.
I love you. So, okay, so on this meditation thing, remember, if this is weak, it's probably putting a lot of pressure back here. So we really want to get this strengthened up for you. You're not going to come into class, do that stuff day one. It ain't going to happen. But what can happen? At home, with me and Morgan, or EMC, or Unasa Scott, or any of the other teachers. Raise the sky. Drop the shoulders, raise the neck. Look left as far as you can. Look right as far as you can. If you're not feeling that in your neck, you're probably not doing it right. Give us a call. We're going to talk to you about that. As soon as your back pain, your basic bowing, your basic breathing, and I'd love to go over this 10 million more times today until you got it, because your health depends on it. So if I did make it clear for you, remember, we only got a short period of time here to film. It's hard to cover everything. So, it's really great when you got a classroom of people because they're all asking questions. So when you guys start asking me questions, it's a little easier for me to feel the answer. So on that back pain thing, I'm going to do it this way for you. You're picking up the world. So you got to make it heavy yourself. Okay? You got to let the shoulders down and pick your head up. And make sure you look with your eyes. That ocular peripheral vision will really stress the side of your neck quite a bit. Okay, well, every week when we talk to you guys, I want to try to remind you of something. And the other day I talked about, if your technique's weak, look at your feet. Well, that's a minor item. Anybody can pick that up, right? I'm pretty sure I can't pick that up from there. So I've got to maneuver my feet. I've got to get where I can bend over and pick that up. And I don't care how strong you are. If you're in the wrong spot, nothing you got's going to work. And the whole point of this exercise in this classroom is to mechanically and with health benefits learn how to be a martial artist. You don't have to go out there and get your face broke. You just come here, keep watching this show, and every year tell me you're getting stronger and stronger. I'm going to feel like we're a success. Okay, well, it's the end of the segment I want to do today because It's just kind of how it worked out. Each and every one of you that's watching, that's interested, I'm here for you. EMC wants to work with you. Soke Horne wants to work with you. Sensei Bill Scott wants to work with you. Come on. We're having a good time here, being healthy, and we don't want anybody to hurt you or pick on you. So for me and EMC, come on out here, bud. I don't do anything about this guy. Okay? Be shy. If you can't take a punch, I don't know how to help you. Thank you very much. Stay in touch. Our future is your future. If you want to change your life, come on. We want to help you. Don't forget to bow.